Now we are going to start off partnerships, chapter 8. What is a partnership? Partnership is when two or more people come together and they plan on starting a business. They come together with the intention of starting a business, but a partnership is not an incorporated business, which is why, in case of a partnership, the owners and the organization is considered one entity only. So if one of the owners or one of the partners leave the business or one of the partners die, then in that case partnership is going to end. Okay. And then if the partnership, like if the other partners want to continue with the partnership, then they need to make another agreement or another contract. Okay. Now, in a partnership, we all know. I guess you probably would know from F1 that in partnership, profit sharing ratio and loss sharing ratio is also a part of the contract. Without that, the contract will not be complete, and um, business activity cannot start off. Because if, for example, a person does not um, decide on the partnership ratio or the profit sharing ratio with his partner, and he thinks that okay, he is going to demand more profits than his partner, and the partner is going to agree. Similarly, the partner thinks that later on when the time comes, he is going to tell his partner that I want to take more percentage of profit, and the other partner is going to agree. In this case, a confusion is going to occur, and then everybody would want for themselves a higher profit percentage. But that is not how it works. At the start of the production, you must confirm the loss sharing ratio and the profit sharing ratio. Okay. Liability of the partners, like I told you, that in case of a partnership, um, the partners and the partnership, they both are considered one entity. They are not separate. In an incorporated business where a limited company is formed, in such a scenario, the partnership, in such a scenario, the investors have a limited liability. But in the partnership, investors have an unlimited liability. Okay, so if tomorrow the partnership firm becomes bankrupt and they have to make payments to their creditors and they have to pay off some loans, then the partners will have to give away money from their pockets also if they have to. Okay, so they are at risk in this case. However, there is a limited partnership also where one partner who is willing to invest in the partnership but who is not going to be involved in day-to-day operation, he can get that limited partnership. There's also Limited Liability Partnership Act 2000, where a limited liability partnership can be registered. But first of all, let's discuss how to form an unlimited liability partnership. Partnerships can be formed formally and informally, but if you want to make a formal partnership, then there may be some formalities that need to be fulfilled. Even though the nature of it itself is very informal, but then again, two or more people need to come together They need to discuss what kind of trade are they going to do, or what kind of services are they going to provide, or what kind of business are they going to do. And then they need to decide on the responsibilities. Who will be responsible for what? Okay, maybe sometimes both are equally involved in the day-to-day activity of the business, as well as they both are giving an equal investment to the business. However, on the other hand, there may be a possibility that one is investing the money entirely and the other is working on a day-to-day basis for the business. So that depends on the agreement of the partners. Now, what are some common formation formalities? A detailed partnership agreement needs to be formed, and through discussion, terms and conditions of partnership should be decided, which will be mentioned in the detailed partnership agreement. Then the partnership agreement should be written. It is better to have it in a written form, but it is not legally required to have a partnership agreement in a written form. But if it is in writing, then there are advantages that each and every detail has been mentioned in the partnership agreement. So um, tomorrow, or after a year, or after 2 years, or after 10 years, if one of the partners defrauds or something, or one of the partners disagrees with any of the terms of the contract, then the other partner can show it to him as a proof that, look, we have mentioned this in the terms and conditions, and you signed the agreement as well as I signed the agreement. So if I am abiding by the law, I am abiding by the terms and conditions, so you should as well. Similarly, since the terms and conditions would be mentioned in the contract, nobody is going to be willing to um, avoid them. And the third thing is that additional clauses can also be mentioned in the written agreement. You would have to amend the written agreement if you want to include anything. But the main advantage is that each and everything is has a proof, because a written agreement can be kept as a proof, but a verbal agreement cannot be kept as a proof.